What is up? It's your boy John, the Street Vibe, BB Pro, Mr. Tell It Like It Is. Welcome back to an episode of Train With Me. Today, guys, we're gonna cover some cable lateral raises, seated, using both handles. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this and add this to your lateral raises to put a lot more tension on your delts to give you guys the biggest delt pump ever. I'm pretty sure I said that with every delt movement I've said so far, but the reason why you're gonna feel them so much is because you're doing them right. There's tension and mind-muscle connection, and that equals to massive delt pumps, pumpkin delts. So without further ado, guys, keep your eyes glued to the screen and your ears glued to the speakers, and let's learn some shit. All right, so why are we doing these seated? Well, because most of the time, anybody doing anything standing, now listen, guys, before we get into it, you can do anything standing that you want. It's completely fine. We are always trying to take up momentum from our lifts. The only time you should really use momentum in lifts if we're doing momentum moving type things, ballistic movements, meaning like, cleans or snatches, deadlifts, we're exploding in these movements. With these accessory movements, we want to take out all of that momentum. And the best way to do that is by sitting. So that's a good way of actually progressive overload. Literally, take some movements that you're doing standing and then do them seated if you can, and then watch how much harder it gets. So for the sake of this, so for the purpose of sitting down, again, taking out momentum. Now, when we're doing seated seated lateral raises, just like standing, again, you're not getting much tension from here to here. You're only getting tension from here to here, right? That's it. And we want to set it up so we get tension the entire way. How to set these things up? Again, if you watch, I have these further away from my body. Now they're here because if you see right away, there's tension on the cable. My arm has tension already, my delt, just from holding a position, right? So from here, what we wanna do is create this motion where we have tension from here, and then we're pulling back like this, and then going forward from here. And having my arm already in this position is gonna create tension already on the entire delt. And then when we're pulling ourselves back and out, we're getting the lateral head of the delt and the rear delt as well too. So we're killing two birds, one stone. You know what I'm saying. Figure speech. A couple things we can do. For the most part, a lot of you guys probably only have D handles like this. And if you do have, ankle straps, you can use those as well too. That's basically the biggest difference. So you guys probably seen some people do it with the ankle straps. I'll just have these on so we're ready. And maybe for most of you probably only have cables, the D handle. So you can easily get one of these if you want to, but the reason why most people use this is because it takes out your wrists doing the manipulation. Because a lot of times when most people do lateral raises or anything where they're holding anything, they're manipulating through here. They're trying so hard to wrench the weight up or pull it in, and this happens. So from here, we can just really focus on pulling from our elbow and really keeping the load there. So we'll keep these on while we're here. But for those who do not have these, we're gonna take the cables, we're gonna set this a little bit further back. We can't go too close because obviously we're not gonna have any tension on the cables and we're just gonna get in the way of ourselves. So from here, grab the handles, and from here, I'm gonna make sure I'm planted, my feet are planted on the ground. We don't want our feet doing a bunch of weird stuff. We just want them planted from here. Again, almost like if I wanna do a squat, I can just get right up and sit back down. That simple. Now we're gonna spread this thing apart. We're gonna start here. Right away, I'm in that part of the movement where there's a lot of tension. There's still tension here, and there's still tension here, but I don't want to sit here and do a bunch of crossing stuff. I want to start where I'm here, and there's tension already. From here, we're gonna pull those hands back and up, and right back down, then back and up, and right back down. Now again, same rules apply doing this movement, just like any other lateral raise, front raise. We wanna make sure our fist, wrist, and elbow are in the same plane. We don't wanna manipulate through the fist. Keep your fist straight. You see my arm right here? Looking down the barrel of a gun. That shit's straight. I had a cool little bazooka here, bam, bam. This is what we want. Nice and straight and active. So when you get yourself in the position where you're here, I want you to flex your arm. Don't be loose through it. Like flex, tense it. So right now, can't do anything but just move through this part of the arm. Grab it, both sides, have it across. So we're starting on the opposite sides of the ball here. All right, we can sit back a little more, chest up, and we're not gonna wrench ourselves. We're gonna keep momentum out of this. From floor to core, right to our shoulders backward from ears. We're gonna literally sit like this, and nothing else is gonna move but our shoulders. And that freaking sucks in a great way. So from here, opening up and back down, stretching, opening up and back down. And this is, I got 15 pounds, and this is extremely challenging, but it's not hard enough that I can't do 10 reps like this, right? So my range of motion is going to be from here to here. My fists are gonna be opened. So they're not gonna be here. I'm not pulling back like this. I'm keeping myself in a neutral position. So from here and then going back. Now here's the difference between doing them with your cable or doing them with the ankle straps. What the ankle straps do is it gives me a little bit more range of motion and also doesn't have me stuck in one position or trying to dodge. So you can see how much closer I can get. When I had the D handles on, I was a little bit out here. So if you can get these, great. If you can't, don't worry about it. But for those who do have these, same thing. I'm gonna keep my hands, you can keep them like a fist or you can keep them open. We're gonna go from here, back and up. And then controlling it back down, then back and up. And I wanna make sure my chest stays nice and tall. I don't wanna reach back and do this. I don't wanna do that. My chest stays up, and that's gonna keep the range of motion consistent throughout the entire movement. From here, up, and controlling it down. Up, and controlling it down. All right, so from the back again, here's what we look like from the back. My chest is up nice and tall. My hands are either open or they're fists, closed, doesn't matter. From here, back, and you can see my delts are engaged the entire time. There's tension even from here and up. Up, and controlling it back down. I'm on my maybe 5th rep, and this burns like you wouldn't believe. But it's just gonna make me work that much harder and almost have to do less work, if that makes any sense. But almost at 10 and this burns. And I got about maybe 5 more reps in me to do this, where it's starting to really, really burn now. Wow, and that's it. So again, you can use the D handles if you want, or you can use ankle straps for your wrists. You're gonna get a little more range of motion. I like a lot more using these. If you don't have these, go buy a pair if you want, not that much. Go on Amazon. But if you don't, you can use this as well too. Again, the biggest cues are we want to make sure that we're in the seated position that we're not using end momentum. This isn't a row, so we don't want any body English from here trying to pull it back. We want to literally put the entire load on the delts. My delts are on fire. And I just did like an example set. Example set, is that a part of the default set? It's example set for coaches only. Either way, my shoulders are burning. And this is super simple for you guys to do. Again, learn the basics first. Go back to some of my videos that are teaching the basics of doing lateral raises, nail those things down, and then we can add in these little movements, these little intricacies or features to some basic movements. And that's it. Do this on any of your shoulder days. You can do this on one of your back days as well too. It's gonna hit your rear delts and your lateral head of your delts very, very well. Easy thing to apply to your workouts and get some great results. And don't get greedy. Find the weight that you can perform at least 10 to 15 reps. Take it even further if you want, but make sure you can control those reps the entire time, the entire movement. And guys, that's it. For some more videos, guys, check these videos out. Make sure you buy my ebook. And guys, I have an Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat, guys. You know how it is. Iron sharpens iron, progressive overload your life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.